Friends, welcome to another episode of Day Out with a Star. As you know, every week I bring in some real stars who are doing some unique things for the society. And today I'm very happy to have with me Jeffrey Chan. Jeff, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Chandra. Thanks so much for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Jeff is a investment banker, not in the traditional sense that he tells me. He works for CI Investment, but he is committed towards sustainability professionalism. So let's hear from Jeff today. Jeff, who is Jeffrey Chan? This is my favorite questions, and I start this show with that.
Yeah, so I'm just a normal person, I would say, but in many ways. I was born and raised in Toronto, just north of Toronto, actually. My parents, though, are immigrants from China and from Hong Kong. They come from humble beginnings. My family started a restaurant in Windsor when they first got here, and I think that's really shaped who I am today, because it really taught me the value of hard work and doing your own thing and not being afraid to pursue what you want to pursue. And I think that's really built the foundation for what I've decided to do with my life and my career. And ultimately, as a person, I want to help people. I like helping people. So, that's why I chose this way in my career, because I think it's a great way to help people now, but I think most importantly, help people in the future, because it's all about preserving society. It's all about making sure that everybody has an equal opportunity to be who they want to be. And so in a nutshell, that's really who I am and what I stand for.
What I see that you were part of the inaugural class of the University of Toronto's prestigious Master of Science in Sustainability Management program. So how did you find that?
That's a good question, Chandra. It's actually funny the way I found it, because to give you a little bit of background on kind of my thought process to get to the point. When I entered undergraduate in 2010, I wanted to be a doctor because I wanted to help people, right? So when you're coming out of high school, you don't know a lot about careers, and it's a little bit of a high expectation to expect that you know exactly what you're going to do coming into undergrad. So I literally had three options on my mind. I had engineer, lawyer, or doctor.
Yes.
I chose doctor because I wanted to help people. And so I took all my courses in biology and chemistry and all the prerequisites. But then I also volunteered in a hospital while I was doing my undergraduate degree. And I quickly realized that it wasn't for me. I couldn't deal with that environment. I didn't want to always be around people that needed my help for health reasons, and I wasn't sure if I could deal with somebody that I couldn't help.
Yes.
And so I decided to expand my horizons, and I needed an elective course, so I just took a internship course, and I decided to do my placement with the Sustainability Office.
Okay.
At McMaster University, where I went to school. And that really opened my eyes to this whole dimension of sustainability. And so I decided that I wanted to take my academic career to another level, pursue a graduate degree. And I was looking around at programs, and I already knew that it was quite a new space. And so I just wasn't sure what was out there. So one day, I'm from Toronto. I was interested in coming back home after going to McMaster, and I literally sat there in my room and I Googled sustainability management Toronto. And this MScSM program, sure enough, popped up on the homepage on Google, and I clicked on it, and that's ultimately how I discovered the MScSM program. And I said, this sounds great, I'm going to apply. And I applied, did the program, was fortunate enough to get in, of course, and here I am today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell me like some unique features about the program which really made you what you are today.
Yeah, sure. So I think the number one thing that stuck out for me when I got to the program, the very first thing I thought to myself was, this is a fantastic program because I'm not a number. you know, when you're undergraduate and, you know, even postgraduate a little bit, sometimes you can feel like you're a number, right? Because they just assign you a student number, and that's who you are. You put that on all of your tests, all your exams, all your midterms, and all your projects.
Right.
But at MScSM, it was more than just a graduate program. I really felt the sense that it was a family. Like everybody there cared about each other, and I could sense that from the very start of the program, which was just amazing for me to see. It was eye-opening for me to see. So that whole notion of family, and our program director Shashi loves to reference love as part of sustainability, and certainly there's a lot of love in MScSM. So I think that sort of emphasis on those things really sets that program apart from any other program, not only in the same field, but it just globally. And I think the focus on not only academic success, but also professional success. So providing opportunities for students to go out and network with people. And special shout out to Clara Westgate, our placement employer officer on this, because she does a great job at finding those opportunities. And the support you're getting, I think just above everything else, the support you're given. You know, and if Shashi, Rosemary, and Claire, I think they're such a fantastic group of people, and they make sure that you succeed and that you have all the support that you need to really achieve what you want to achieve, not only a career, but as a person.
But tell me, give me some examples of like how internship that you did, or the industry people that came in. How did they help you achieve your career goals?
Yeah, so I think the industry speakers that come in to talk to us, I think the number one thing for me, at least, was that they give you a really good sense of what it's really like to be out there in the field. Because, of course, the only way to truly know what it is to work in the field is to work in the field. But if you're a student, you can't do that, of course, at the same time. And so having those industry speakers come in and just give you the lowdown on what's really happening and what it's really like, it really helps you out, because then when you go out there, you have that perspective, and that perspective is invaluable. And I'm finding it to be invaluable right now in my current role at CI Investments. But
so we were talking about how you got into CI investment, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, that very, like, the way that I found the MScSM program, it was very much by accident that I ended up in this industry, I would say, because when I got into MScSM, I knew I wanted to go into the corporate world, but of course, if you go in the corporate world, there's so many different industries you can go into, right? You can be a consultant, you can go into finance, you can go into automotive, you can go into food, et cetera, et cetera. But linking back to what you asked before about my co-op internship, I interned at RBC in their corporate sustainability group. And so that was really doing internal consulting work for the bank around corporate sustainability. But there I got exposed to responsible investing and environments and social governance, or what we like to call it ESG in the field. And it really interested me. So I after that, when I came back to school for my final year in MScSM, I decided that I would get involved with an organization called the Responsible Investment Association, or RIA for short. Because just to pursue my interest in that field and just satisfy my curiosity about the industry. And through that, I was able to land an internship at Sustainalytics, which is an ESG data provider, because they share an office with the RIA, nonetheless. And so all those experiences combined, I think, really allowed me to then go into responsible finance and sustainable finance. But had you told me that I was going to end up at an investment firm 10 years ago, I would have probably laughed at you, because that's the last place that I thought I would be. But I think I just ultimately saw the impact that the industry can have. And it gets a bad reputation, right? Because it's finance. It's a dinosaur of an industry. People associated with things like corporate greed, and just getting getting the highest returns that you can, no matter what. But I think it's changing, and so I'm very delighted to be in the field and happy to be at a Canadian firm like CI.
Exactly, and this is like through an MScSM program, you can end up in investment too, right? this is a unique feature of the program.
Yeah, I would say so. Definitely, it's one of the beauties of the program. It really, apart from the few core courses that you have to take just to build that foundation of knowledge around sustainability management, you can take any electives you want. I even took electives in the MBA program at Rotman, as well as a number of my colleagues. So that's a tremendous opportunity to learn and to expand your horizons. And so it really does give you a lot of flexibility to do what you want.
No, that's great.